Welcome to the Daily Energize podcast, where you'll get a jolt of energy and a quick tip to help you conquer your day. Now here's your host, the Prince of Positivity himself, Spencer Jones.
Hey Energizer, Spencer Jones here, the Prince of Positivity, bringing this episode of the Daily Energize your way. And I'm super excited to have you here. Well, I'm always excited to have you here joining me in the Daily Energize podcast. So thank you so much for giving up some of your time, your energy, listening to this. And maybe you're even doing something else, right? Maybe you're driving somewhere or mowing the lawn or whatever. I don't know. Shoveling snow. It all depends where you're at in the world, I guess. But I am just so incredibly grateful for you. So thank you for being here, taking the time, for subscribing, following, all that good stuff. Let's hop into today's episode. Today we're talking about the Pomodoro Technique. And it's something that I heard about a couple years ago, and I've started implementing in my life pretty soon after I heard it. And I've tweaked it and I've changed it a little bit, and we'll talk about that. I've made it work for me. But this has been, I know game changers is an overused term, but this really has been a game changer for me as far as my focus and productivity. So if you would like to get more done, more accomplished, you want to feel calmer because you've gotten those things accomplished and not like you have to, be running around with like your head's cut off or anything, then listen. If you don't need that, well, feel free to listen anyway, but you don't have to. All right, so the Pomodoro Technique, it is this, and it's science-backed. It's really cool. There's been a lot of research studies to show this and all that. The Pomodoro Technique is when you focus on a task for 25 minutes, and then you take a break. And then you go, it could be a 5, 10, 15-minute break. They say 5 to 10 is usually good. Doesn't have to be longer than 10, but some say 10 to 15. In any case, you focus on something for 25 minutes, and then you get up and you do something else, and you come back to focus on that same thing or something else. And what it has shown when researchers have looked at this, it allows us to get much more accomplished because we have a set time. There's a set time limit for, okay, we're going to be focused, but we're only going to be focused for 25 minutes. Then we get a chance to break, right? To look at our phones, to go get a cup of coffee, to go to the bathroom, walk around, move our bodies in some way, shape, or form is usually the best kind of break. Doesn't have to be like a jog, but just getting up and walking. And then come back to focus. Now, for that focus time, you can do what you like, right? You can, you can focus on that project you have at work. If you're writing a book, you can start working on that writing. You can journal. You could work out. You could do whatever it is. You want to set a singular focus, right? I'm going to work at this, not this and this and this, just this, that one thing. And then as you're working on that one thing, you try to eliminate all other distractions. So your phone's on silence or it's flipped upside down so you can't see it light up. You have the notifications on your watch turned off. You have a do not disturb sign on your door. I don't know, whatever it is. You try to eliminate distractions and disruptions as much as possible for those 25 minutes. And it can be challenging at first. It's tricky, especially if you're so used to getting pulled at looking at other things and used to being distracted. And sometimes those distractions come from other people, but a lot of the times, at least in my case, they came from me. I was distracting myself because I wasn't used to focusing. So when I first started doing this, man, it was a struggle because I would be all over the place and I would be like, oh, look at that shiny thing over there. Oh, cool. Oh, what about this thing over here? Oh, what am I making for dinner tonight? I would be my own worst enemy with this. But once I eliminated some of those other distractions, and anytime I noticed that squirrel syndrome happening, I just reminded myself, come back to the focus, and then started working on that thing again, whatever that thing is. And when I did this, my productivity went up. What I realized is I was able to get a heck of a lot more done in those focused 25 minutes than the 25 minutes and the stuff I could have done in the 25 minutes before I gave it a true focus time. And for me, what I did is I just started doing this all the time. all the time. Set that 25-minute timer, take a 5-10 minute break, go to the bathroom, pet the dogs, let them out, come back in, and focus again. And I just got more and more and more done. And what I noticed is not only am I getting more done, that also frees me up for time later on that I could just hang out and chill. And also when I'm being present and focused, I'm generally being present in the moment as opposed to being dragged into the future or dragging out into the past. I'm in the here and now. And that was huge for me. Now, I tested these things out myself and saw it works. Now, I looked at research, and research shows that the top performing brain can focus for 50 minutes before it needs a break, before it gets distracted. And that's at our peak condition. So, 25 minutes is half of that. So I've stretched it out where I've focused sometimes for 25 or for 50 minutes, but even then I still try to take a break. And I've reduced it down to 5-10 minutes. And that's good too, although it's not necessarily long enough to do some things. I like the 25 minutes because it gives me enough time. And I'll vary it. Sometimes I'll do 30 or 40, but I like 25, 20, 25 minutes where I'm going to focus on one thing for that time frame. Now, I'm working. I take a little break because, let's be honest, our brains are not always in peak condition. So 50 minutes is tricky. But I focus for 25 minutes, and then I take a little break, 5-10 minutes, and then I come back and I focus. Now, in that first 25 minutes, if I did not finish the task I planned to do, then I just come back to it after that little break. And little break, come back to that thing, refocus on it, another, keep working on it till either the next 25 minutes is up or I finish it. For the task that I'm focusing on in those 25 minutes, and I finished early, let's say I finished it in 15 minutes and not 25. I go, great, this is awesome. And I take a little break, right? I just bump up my break a little bit earlier, and then I come back and focus on whatever the new task is. I still split up my day within hour chunks, generally, and I have 50-minute chunks of focus time, but really it's 25 minutes focus time, 5-10 minute break, 25 minutes focus time, 5-10 minute break. And that's kind of how I divide up my day and my focus times. And ever since I started doing that, I have been getting a lot more done. I feel alive. I feel refreshed. I don't feel drained or depleted. And I feel accomplished. So that's the Pomodoro technique. That's how it's helped me, and I hope you can try it and see how it impacts your life, because I'm betting it's going to help. All right, thank you for being here. I love you. I'm here for you to support you, and I'm grateful for you. So thank you for hopping in. Until next time, have a great and amazing day, and I will catch you later.